Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you feeling?
Great. I'm so happy to see you. So, for those of us who took the jab unknowingly or initially when we were forced to, can we raise our frequency or use our imagination to overcome it? And what else can we do to keep our human vessels safe and healthy going forward?
First of all, anything, any type of medication, any type of injection or pill form that people take, there is always going to be repercussions, always, in the form of side effects. And those can be very minimal or not. There are people who have, as you say, taken the jab, and they are just fine, doing just fine. Then there are those who are not doing fine at all. They are having major health problems, heart problems, problems with their brain, foggy thinking, cannot concentrate. People are having a hard time walking. Their legs have gone numb. Their arms have gone numb. Medical people are doing their absolute best to take care of people. Those who create the medications at this point can be doing a better job of taking care of people. If there was no such thing as money, pharmaceutical companies would then be doing their best to take care of people with their medications. In your society today, everything is about money, which is all right, but not the best idea to be had. Money has people do things that are good and not so good. So people have to take a look at their own situation. Does money run you? Or is money just another energetic idea in your life? I would say to people, think of money as just an idea, something to play with and have fun with. I would say don't take it too seriously, because then, and this applies for any idea, then it will run you, and you don't want that. To be healthy is simply a matter of a couple of things. Talking to the body, and this may sound silly or crazy to some people, but if you talk to your body, it will always respond with a feeling or an answer or something. So if someone has an ache or a pain, as an example only, if they talk to that ache or pain, they can tell it something like this: you have served me for a while. You are no longer needed because you are not serving me for my highest good any longer. So I bid you farewell, and I have love for you. On your way. People can also, healthy or not, imagine that there is a golden white rod of energy entering through the top of their head, going all the way down their spine. And as they are doing that, visualize it growing, getting stronger. And if they can feel warmth or a tingling, this would be a good thing, because that is telling them then that the energy is working in the way that it should for their body. People really need to take a breath, take a step back, and look at what they are creating for their own reality and their own life. If people understood the power that they have to create there will be no illness. There will be only health, because the body is meant to be healthy. It is not meant to be sick or ill. And illness will come in many forms, especially when someone is out of touch with their emotions. Illness begins in the energetic body and transforms itself into the physical body. It is in the energetic body where the emotions primarily lie. People need to understand that emotions, as they call them, love, joy, sorrow, sadness, frustration, all the rest, those are labels. Each emotion has a power. Anger has a definite power. Joy has a definite power. People need to understand that there is only one power to all emotions, which makes them all the same. All emotions can be the same. So if someone is in the throes of anger, all they have to do is feel the power of the anger, not the label anger. Feel the power of the anger and imagine it is something else, joy maybe. It will take a short time for that power, that energy, to transform itself into being joy or whatever emotion they choose to experience. But don't function with and upon the label. Those are judgments that people place on themselves, someone else, or something. Go ahead, next question. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you. So, what major global events or natural disasters or geographical map changes are probable to occur over the next couple of years?
Everything is possible. Your Earth is going through major changes at this point in time. I will put it this way. Your Earth is angry. It has had enough. Enough of people taking advantage of it, not taking care of it. You are seeing storms getting worse, more volcanic activity, more earthquakes in places where they did not exist before. There are fault lines, as you call them, everywhere on your planet Earth. Some of those fault lines have been dormant for many decades, many years. Some of them are waking up, coming alive, creating and producing earthquakes, minor and major ones. There are floods, rains that continue for a couple of days, hard rains, which create floods. You people are in a period of time in which your Earth is talking to you. It is saying, please, leave me alone. Take care of me. People need to understand that their consciousness is of the Earth's consciousness, and the Earth's consciousness is of people's consciousness. Everything is connected. When people rape and destroy parts of your planet Earth, they are doing that to themselves, their own consciousness. And with that change in their consciousness, they can only act out against your planet Earth and against animals. How is it? How is it that some people, think it is their right to treat animals in a not so good way? Animals are people's brothers and sisters. People are connected with animal consciousness, insect consciousness, all the rest. Everything is connected. So basically, people are not only the planet Earth, but they are all forms of life found upon the planet Earth. If they could understand that, they would treat animals in a much better way. You have a pet, Treat your pet with all the love you can find within you, and let your pet love you in return. That is basically what I have to say about that. Thank you.
This is beautiful. I love it. So can you explain how the financial system and treasury will change over the next couple of years?
People have been talking about a crash. The dollar will be worthless for a long time. The dollar is still the dollar. People say, go to put all your money in crypto or whatever other variation of money that they can imagine. Those types of money may not last for a long time. The dollar will stay the dollar for a long time. I don't see a crash economically. There are rises and dips, up and down with the idea of money. But again, money is just an idea. And money is run by people's emotions, because everything is run by emotion. So I would not worry about a devastating monetary crash coming soon. I would not worry about that, my friend. Go ahead, next question. Thank you.
Thank you. You're amazing. How is the 2024 election going to play out, and what will be the most probable outcome?
At this point, let me put it this way. It is hard to tell because of everyone's emotions flying around at a crazy pitch. If I had to guess, and I really never guess, but if I had to guess, I would say your candidate, Trump, has a good chance of winning the election. But that may not play out because the Democratic Party is starting now to come alive, finally. So I would slant at this point in time, at this moment in time, I would slant more toward Democratic Party taking over the White House, as you call it. But things can change. Now, what I tell people is you are affected by your government and everything else taking place. So what you can do, if you want to, is simply, if you don't like what is going on, take a look at your reality. Create it the way you would really like it to be by imagining it to be that way. People don't understand how powerful their thoughts are. Their thoughts create their environment, their reality. Their thoughts create their body and all the rest. So take care in what you think. Make your choices wisely. Thank you.
Amazing. What percentage of humanity is awake right now, and what can we do to help more awaken?
I will not give you a number.
Okay.
But what I will say is the majority of people are sleeping, and they are fed doses of sleep medications, not really medications, but you know what I mean, in the form of talking to them and telling them what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. You cannot be a homosexual. You cannot be a normal individual. You cannot have a wife. You cannot have a, you cannot do this. You cannot do that. But this is what you can do because this is what we want you to do. Again, people really need to take a breath, take a step back, look at their life. How is it going? Is it serving them? Is it not serving them? If it is not serving them, then something needs to be changed within the individual emotionally. The individual has to change or can change if they want to their emotional state of being. By not accepting what people are feeding them to keep them asleep. And too many people don't even know they are sleeping at this point in time. But things are changing. Things are slowly getting better, very slowly, but they are getting better. In a while, people will start waking up and they will start believing in themselves again instead of in governments and medications and all the rest, all the metaphysical things that are being thrown around. People will take back their power. And again, this is happening very slowly, but it is happening. And people will understand themselves more and be able to create the ideal reality for themselves. Then people will be happy again, because too many people are not happy with their life, their children, their wife, their husband, their job, and life itself. They are just not happy, which is not a good thing. Happiness comes from love. Love comes from understanding, having compassion for the self, other people, and again, your planet Earth. I tell people, take a walk in nature. Feel the energy of nature. That is the real God. Because nature is all about cooperation. Everything cooperates in nature, everything. Spend time in nature. Feel the energy of nature. Touch a tree. Feel the energy of a tree. Hug the tree. Become, in your imagination, the tree. Sounds silly. But the silliest of ideas always seem to work. That is all I have to say about that. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Can I ask another question?
Absolutely. One more.
You're amazing. Before incarnating on planets or wherever we decide to incarnate, does our soul choose our families, relationships, and experience to then help
Absolutely.
us? Go ahead. Do you
Go
want
ahead.
to
Go
elaborate?
finish.
No, that was great. And then can you explain how the process actually works, crossing over the veil, and maybe what that veil is for people?
The veil is a term that has been bandied about to represent many things. I don't recognize veil. I recognize reality. I recognize dimensions. I recognize universe. I recognize other universes, other dimensions, other realities, and they are all the same. They are all connected. Everything is connected. I cannot stress that enough. Everything, everyone is connected because everything is just always and only energy. Before people are born, they create a design for their life. They choose their parents. Yes, they have the opportunity to view different situations in which they can be born and to different people. So they choose their parents. In their design is found how they will act and react and create and uncreate in their lifetime. People choose some very, very good things to do with their life. People choose to do some not so very good things in their life. Everything is a choice, and people choose what they need to experience in physical form, also in non-physical form. Some people on your planet Earth right now are from other dimensions of reality. Some people on your planet Earth right now have their origin in other dimensions, other universes, all over the place. Let me put it that way. There are no people yet who are of your planet Earth, because everyone has an origin somewhere else, whether it be another dimension, interdimensional being, or in Orion, or Pleiades, or elsewhere. People choose what they need to experience with their physical life. When they die, people need to understand they don't have to reincarnate again as a physical human being. They don't have to. they have a choice. They can stay non-physical. But when people die, their non-physical reality, first of all, they take with them all of their attitudes, emotions, and successes and failures and everything else after they die in non-physical form. But soon, those all fade away. And they begin recognizing that their new non-physical reality and non-physical form soon become real. And it becomes just as real as the reality that they left. So no one stays a spirit floating around in the sky or the universe when they die a physical death. They all recreate reality in some form. And again, they experience what they need to experience in that form and in that lifetime. Thank you.
You're amazing. I love you so much. You're just amazing. One last question.
One last question. And before you ask that question, let me tell you, you are amazing and I love you also. Now, your question.
Thank you. I could cry. I love you so much. As you've mentioned, when you were a Mayan, you went through a portal to another dimension or universe. Please clarify if I'm wrong. And will human beings be going through a portal or dimension sometime soon in the future when we get to a certain level, as well as you did?
I can say yes, I can say no. There have been civilizations that have just vanished. No one can find a trace of them because, like we did, they have walked into another dimension when they had realized their time was up and over and done with on your physical planet Earth. We Mayans are still existing, but in another dimension, just as we were on your planet Earth, but in another dimension. And we are still playing around with space and time and calendars and still helping people get healed and all the rest of the things that we did on your physical planet Earth. Very simple. Things don't end. They just change. I think that is enough for now. What do you think, my friend?
Not only do you think it's enough, I want to thank you. And is it